Yeah. So you guys are doing done with all the BPTs and the uh, practice question present on the VM.
PPTs are completed. Practice question yet. I
So how do
mean,
you find BPT questions? Are they difficult or easy?
yeah, BPT 3 was difficult.
Mm. It was difficult. Okay,
And
because
yeah,
I asked the TAs and some of the previous students, so they felt that they were easy. So, yeah, anyways, what did you find it difficult in BPT 3?
yeah. Basically, I had find the Bash script difficult. I mean, the scripts which we had to write.
Mm. So not any one particular, but in all the questions in general, only some of the questions.
Yeah, some Bash, yeah, script questions. Yeah,
Which ones? So let's do one thing because I think from today onwards I will not allow anyone to do PPT 1, 2, or 3. We can discuss those questions as well.
yeah.
Are there any students who are not able to do PPT yet here in this session?
Two actually, sir. One computer, sir.
Sorry,
Sir, lab one computer, sir.
lab 1. Okay, you're going to say from the introduction to Linux lab 1.
Yes. One is computer, but two actually some places are different.
You still have 2 more labs to go, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can easily cover because I think the criteria there is also 3 labs out of 5 that you need to do completely, and the other 2 you need to do at least 40%.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. So in that question one, sir.
Question 1 in BPT
3.
3. Can you share your screen? Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
What about practice question? Are you guys done with practice question?
Screen is visible, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah. So in this, we had to read a file called studentdata.csv, which had the information with column names. And script should check if the student ID field is numeric for each row and prints a list of the each row with an invalid student ID error message along with the corresponding row number.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So what was difficult in here?
So in this note is this using tail minus n plus 2. So I didn't get this line. How are
Yeah,
we?
just create. Take a look at a CSV file, right? I think one CSV file is present in slash opt slash assets, right? Under assets.
Mm,
Take a look at one of the CSV files present there. Slash opt slash assets. Yeah, Heman.
Sir, only up to week 7 you need this, right?
So you have country underscore details.csv, and then you have all ticket process improved v3 csv dot csv,
mm.
or your
Student
housing price data csv, right? Can you just do ahead, just print out first 3 lines of housing price data dot csv?
housing data.
Hmm. Okay, it prints the title, right? And
Mm,
then first 3 lines, right?
yeah.
Now you try to do tail with this command and see what it is doing.
So it is printing all the lines,
Mm,
but I think it's not taking this first line, which is the header of the file.
mm. So
Yeah.
what essentially when you do tail hyphen and plus 2 does, right? The plus 2
Mhm.
informs tail, the plus 2 informs tail that print all the lines after first line, like from line second onwards.
Okay, from line
Okay,
second
so
on.
which it takes care of your header file.
Mm.
So this is one thing I wanted you to learn to explore this command, because that is the note I have given for you to take a look at it. How does it work?
Mm.
Why does it work?
So it leaves this line and rest it prints
Let's
from
say
second
from
line.
the second line onwards. If you do plus 3, see what will be the output.
So it will print from the third line.
Mm. So it should do anything. So this allows you to do is that, for example, if you don't know how many lines there are, right? The
Mm.
tail command will only work when you know how many lines you would like to print. But what if you just want to neglect first few lines? So this is a nice way, nice syntax in tail command which is present, which will allow you to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
What was the other question? Go back to the question and let's see that again. Can anyone give me an approach as to how to solve that problem?
Sir, our next from week 9 onwards, sir. Next week starts course, sir.
Yeah. So week 8 was a break week. Again, the content will be released for the next week by this weekend. There will
Yes.
be total 10 weeks content.
Okay, sir.
Will run till week 11, right?
That means
Ideally.
three more left, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this, we had to first check if the student ID field is numeric or not.
Mm. So the note, like I said, is ensuring that if you use that into your command, will definitely take care of your first line, and rest of the line you need to process,
Mm.
right? So you will use this command and then pipe it to your script, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Uh, so what will be the next part of your script? Again, it says assume that the student dot CSV is present in the current working directory, and that it is created dynamically for each test case, right? So it is not the same. It will keep on varying the content of that particular CSV.
Mm. Okay.
So again, uh, now you need to check if the student ID field is numeric. That means
Mm.
you need to use an if statement, right? Along with,
If statement we have to use, yeah. So we have to
and
create, I think we have to create a pattern which is like numeric for the first field, which is student ID. So first we have to store the row number, and then we have to check if that row number, for that row number, if the student ID matches this numeric part. Uh, this was my sir script.
before you show your script, right? The
Okay.
student present in the session, right? Can you guys tell me what would be your approach? Like, what is the appropriate looping mechanism you will use to check for the student ID? Just raise your hand and I'll take look at one by one. Anyone? I hope you guys have done the BPT3 already. Anyone who did BPT3 but this problem, just raise your hand. All of you must have done that. Yeah, I want to go ahead. I think it seems not everyone is going to
Yeah.
take part into discussion. Yeah. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to read the student data.csv using shell, and then you have to use either for or while or whatever loop you need to use, which will read each of the line one by one.
Yes. So here, which I took is the row number as the first row. Then I applied this command tail -n plus 2. Then I tried to use the while loop. IFS is comma,
Mm.
input field separator. So
Mm.
I read all the fields, student ID, name, age, grade.
So in a while loop, you are stating you are changing the IFS to
IFS, yeah,
comma.
comma,
Then you
and
are saying that read. You are using read command to read the input stream again in terms of variables, right? What does read
variables.
hyphen r stands for?
Um, I think
Anyone?
it will recursively read all the variables.
Just check your man page. What does small r? Which other place you can look for the help regarding read command?
Do not allow backslashes to escape any character.
Hmm. So what it is doing hyphen r?
So suppose there are any backslashes in any of the characters, so it won't. I mean, it will take it as a literal to escape any characters. Yeah. So it will read it line by character by character. It won't if suppose is there a backslash in the character, so it will take it as it is. I mean, it won't escape that
Hmm.
or something.
Hmm. So it will just treat backlash as is. Suppose
Yeah,
you
as it
have
is. Yeah.
that into your
Hmm.
um, so this has nothing to do with you doing it recursively.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, just take a look at
Yes.
it.
Hmm. So next we are checking if the student ID
No, then
matches.
what is
Yeah.
this? Read hyphen r, you are saying student ID, name, age, and grade. What does this mean?
So it is
After
reading.
read hyphen r, you are
Hmm.
saying that student ID, name, age, and grade.
Hmm. So it is reading all the headers of the CSV file like student ID as a variable, name, age, grade, everything. It's trying to read it. These are
Can
all
you
the
show your
uh,
um, so what essentially it is doing here, right, Mana? It is when you're doing read command, when you're using student ID, name, age, and grade. Can you go, print the question again?
yeah.
Yeah. So you can see that the header states that there are 4 different columns in it, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And it names it as student ID, name, age, and grade. So when you are putting that read statement, right, you are
Hmm.
assuming that there will be only four. Uh,
Four variables. I mean,
no,
four values.
yes, four values
Four
in each
values
of the
student
line,
ID.
right?
Hmm. For each line.
And each value is such that is separated by comma.
Separated by
The
comma.
first value which will come, assign that to
101.
a variable called student ID.
Hmm.
Next one, assign it to the variable called name. The next
Name.
one, you assign it to the variable called age, and then the next one, assign it to a
Grade.
variable called grade, right?
Yeah.
And then you are stating what is your if statement? Can you explain that?
If statement is checking for the student ID variable, if that variable is matching the pattern, which is starting with number 0 to 9,
Mm.
plus means one or more characters are there. So at the dollar, so it is just a line. It's just a variable which is printing the and which is checking for the pattern which has only numbers in it. Then
So let's go slowly.
negation.
Okay, you say if, then there is an exclamation mark. So
Exclamation is
it says
negation.
not, right? Negation.
Not. Yeah.
Then the condition comes student ID. Okay,
Student
dollar
ID.
student ID is calling this variable student ID. Now
Yeah.
read command, the while will read each line one by one, right? So
Yeah.
for the first line, the student ID,
101.
whatever it will be, right? In this
Mm.
context, whatever it will be, the first value present in the particular
Mm.
file, it will see whether it is equal to a pattern which start with a number and end with a number,
And
right?
with a number. Yeah.
Right? Nothing else.
Mm.
If that is true, right?
Then it will. Mm.
Yeah, the condition has to be true,
Yeah. Condition will be
right?
true.
But then you have put a not operation there, right?
Mm. So
You're saying that
negation.
when this is not true, then
We are
echo row number,
mm.
a dollar row number as
Invalid student
invalid
ID.
student ID.
Yes.
Okay, so where your dollar row number is defined in the top,
Row
right?
number
You are
at the
saying
top.
that row
Yeah.
number is equal to one,
One starting from
right?
one.
And because
Yeah.
we know that the while will read a file line by line, this
Mm.
row number has to be updated, right? I mean,
Yeah.
incremented in each of the
Increment.
loop, right? And as you can see that at the before the end of your while loop, you are incrementing the row number, right?
Mm.
So the first
Yeah.
row, if it is true, it will skip this row. If it is false, the condition is false, then we'll go and
In this.
print out echo row number invalid student, and then we'll go and update
Yeah.
it. So if you take a look at it, what all different utilities you are using in the solution? You
Sorry, sir.
have tail utility you
Row
are
number.
using, IFS
Tail.
you are using, read
Mm.
command you are using, while loop you are using, if statement you are using, and regular expression you are using to test whether a variable
The
is equal
mm,
to that particular regular
number.
expression. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you are
Yeah.
using bash arithmetics, right? Row underscore num plus plus. This is your
Yeah.
bash arithmetic, right? You're up.
Yes. Yes.
So all of this, if you can put them together, only then you will be able to solve this
Yes.
problem. But all of these concepts are already been taught, right,
Yes.
in the lecture.
Yes. So yeah, my
Any doubt
confusion
you guys
was
have in this solution?
was only had this command tail command. So now I want to know.
Okay, and because like I said, right, the CSV file is not present. So if you try to do cat student underscore data dot CSV, you will not
Mm.
see anything,
I will not find here.
right? So this is basically uh, your evaluation script will create it dynamically in your
Mm.
in that folder.
But in this, we can have a evaluation script where we can watch this file, right?
Hmm?
If we had, if we had this file also present in along with question or in another directory, evaluation script file, then we could have a look at this CSV
No, but
file,
that
right?
will you will only end up losing your time by looking at the file over and over again.
Okay.
What you need to really get is the logic of the question. The question is
Yeah.
very simple. It can be any file. You just have
Mm.
to make sure that the first part uh, or first field should always be a number. That is
Mm.
all there is to it in this particular.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh, can you show the second question?
Yeah.
Have you guys found any of the question difficult? Other questions? Hmm. Okay, write a script that processes a CSV file, people.csv, containing names and ages, and output the names of people whose age is a multiple of 5.
Mm.
Use a for loop to process the file. Sample input and output is as follows. Is given. Okay. If you really want to paste your code, you can just copy paste it and see if your script is doing what it is. And again, in the note, we are stating that you will need to handle the header file appropriately.
Yes.
Okay, and the people.csv is given as standard input. So, what's your approach?
So I think here also to handle the header of the file, we will use that command tail-n+2, same command. And now here we have to get only the rows which have the age multiple of 5. So for that, first we
Vishnu,
will
Sam, Deep, Tanya, Annapurna, Hemant. Anyone would like to participate? Let's one by one. If you guys can tell, what should be the answer or what your approach will be. What is the question states? We have given you an file, simple enough. Just have to get multiple of 5. So what is it? What logic you will need to use in this particular BPT?
We have to check for the condition if the age mod 5 is
So
not,
basically the second field, right, of
yeah,
each of the line,
yeah.
right? And you need to ensure that, it is a multiple of 5. Some bash arithmetic that you will need to use in this one. So yeah, so in any case, say you are printing a number between 1 to 100, right? And you want to only print the multiples of 3, let's say. So what will be the code? A single line code.
Please repeat the question, sir.
Yeah, Heaven?
Sir, do you want multiple of 3?
Yeah, multiples of 3. Or let's take, multiples of 13. Okay, for the
We
number
have to, we have
1
to
through 100.
divide by, have to divide by 13 and see whether the remainder is 0 or not. If it
Hmm.
is 0, it will be multiple, otherwise it is not multiple.
So how do you check that in bash? First of all, we need to print numbers between 1 to 100. Manan, what is it that we can use to print the number 1 through 100?
to print the numbers 1 to 100.
Brace extension echo.
So
We can do
can you tell him what should he type? Echo.
Open braces 1 dot dot 100.
This will give you all of that. Now you would
yeah.
like to put a condition on each of the element, right? How will you do that?
So SEQ sir prints it in a single line. SEQ 100
SEQ 100 will give you on independent line.
on independent line.
The brace expansion will do in one single line. So yeah, you need to loop through all of the number. Each of the number has to be processed. So what is the logic we will use in this place?
So for loop,
While the number is less than 100, n is equal to 1 or 0, and the loop has to go till less than 100.
Hmm.
And if mod 3 or 13 is 0, we have to print that, or we don't have to print that?
If it is 0, then we have to print it, right? We want to have multiples of 13.
If it is 0, so negation won't come, no?
Hmm.
Then we have to echo that second field. Okay, in this case, the number.
Can you try that on your terminal? Everyone, like, yeah. So that is what the crux of this problem is. If you, I assume that if you are able to solve this question, you will be able to solve any question which will come in this context, which will test you, for the logic. Yeah, Manan. So how will you go?
sorry sir, I have a urgent call. I have to go.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah,
please?
yeah. Yeah, Annapurna, can you share your screen and show me? Will you approve?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go one by one. Okay. Not necessarily you have to get it correct right away.
Visible, sir? So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, so let's start with for loop. Right? We know an iterate.
shall I open the script or here itself?
No, here itself. Let's do a for loop. It will print all the numbers between 1 to 1.
Okay.
So what is the syntax for loop? Evan, Sam, Deep, Vishu. So how do you do it in Python?
For elements, we will do in, and this is C for loop you are asking for.
This is C style also you can use. If it is not C
Sir,
style,
in,
yeah.
sir, in
Evan.
C, sir, in C style for int I equal to 1, comma I less than equal to 0, comma I plus plus. In this
So does she need to start with a bracket?
yes, yes.
I think so,
In,
no?
So can you just guide her?
I equal to 1 colon.
Oh, colon.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, semicolon, sorry.
Okay.
I less than or equal to 100. We need to print 1 to 100, na?
If
Yes.
it is divisible by some number.
No, first just
Okay.
print all of them.
Okay.
Semicolon.
Then we will use the logic.
I plus plus. Close the bracket.
Semicolon do.
Yeah. Then space.
Okay.
Then
Echo I dollar I.
yes. Correct. Then
Semicolon done.
semicolon. So this is what you can do it in one single line.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just enter, you will get all of them, right?
okay.
So what is the other method where we have used brace expansion?
Hmm.
So similarly, what you can just simply do for I in then your brace expansion 1 to 100.
Okay.
Close again semicolon 2
Semicolon.
space
Echo.
equal. Okay.
Okay.
So you're getting 1 through
So
100. So these are
this,
different ways you can.
this for the previous two course, ma'am. Once again.
What if you want to echo all the file names present in your current working directory?
LS.
So how do you use for loop for that? So we learned about batch arithmetics, right? EXPR and all that using backticks, right? So what you just have to do is again just do for loop for I in. It's the same thing. Okay, now you have to do backtick.
Okay.
Then you have to do ls.
Less.
Then again backtick close. Then rest of the syntax is same.
Do echo I dollar I.
Yeah. Done.
Okay, so this is a very
Yeah.
powerful way shell allows us to do a lot of easily. Right? Easily we are going through different type of files. If I give you a question, maybe find all the files which are ending with only E. You should be able to do that because now you know that using backticks we can just simply use any of the command right in here, and this can be iterated by using just equal.
Yeah.
I mean this for this one is
There are a
another
lot
way.
of things to remember there, so it can
Yeah.
be confused
So it's
there.
all about practice. That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
If you remember this backtick concept, right, and you understand that in expansion, even in brace expansion, right, the
The
braces
same
will
thing goes with this also, sir. This is the same as backtick, or is
try
this
doing
different
that.
one?
Try doing that.
Because some places
Use in
I'm
for loop.
seeing. Okay.
So this concept I think Professor covered in week 7, right?
Mm.
So just do for loop directly with $ls instead of doing all of that. You don't need to store it. The same context, keep it works. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, what actually is happening is this $ls, right? Or even backtick ls. This will will get executed first, and then the for loop will run over it. Okay, one by one, element by element. Just to emphasize that, you can also create a list of names, right? For example, for I in, you can create a list on the go in curly braces.
Here. For I
In curly braces, you put all of that. A, B, C, D maybe.
brace expansion.
Even if you don't do brace, right? Let's forget about braces, okay? Just type A space B space C space D. A semicolon. Rest of the thing is same.
It will iterate through that, no?
It should iterate through that. See if it is iterating through that. Okay. Now you can see that you did not put a parenthesis. You did not do anything, right? It is just simple A, B, C, D separated by space. But your for loop is treating it as a separate element, right? And it is iterating over this list, A, B, C,
Okay.
right?
Default
So
separator is space.
space. Try using comma. Will that work?
Oh.
No, right? Now you do IFS before going to
Yeah, field separator, comma.
Oh, before that we have to set the IFS.
Yeah, IFS equal to A comma B comma C.
okay. So what it is doing?
Some error there.
The IFS has to be
You
specified
need to put
after
a
for.
semicolon, right? IFS is equal to comma is a separate command, and then the for loop is a separate command.
Oh,
In while loop, you can do that. In for loop, it is not possible.
okay.
Right.
As you can see that it is iterating separately over ABN. So it is
But in the
understanding that,
same line.
yeah. But it
Okay.
is understanding that these all are separate instances.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So next, what I wanted you to do again, we will go back to our original question, right? 1 through 100 number. Now, you know how what to do for loop, right?
Yeah.
Print numbers between 1 through 100, and now you need to use an if block somewhere in between.
Oh, okay.
Now, you have to start with the for loop, right? You want each of the number. For each
Okay.
of the number, you will be doing something, some test over it. So echo won't help. But if you put echo in backticks, it will work. 1 through 100.
So
space.
now if loop has to be
Now you
started.
have to do if loop.
If
So
I
can anyone
dollar
tell
I
her? Yeah.
dollar
What?
I is not divisible by if it is 0, the remainder is 0. Now the echo has to be in backticks,
Hmm?
not like that, no?
No, no, no. Now you need to just only think about if your for yeah, if your if statement, then echo.
Uh,
Yeah, right.
is it correct?
Hmm.
Then in bracket there, need to provide 0, 0 if condition.
Is it necessary? Okay.
I don't know exactly. I think you need to provide that.
This one.
I think so. So how will that equate now? It will just calculate the value.
It is asking something.
We need to close it, that one.
Oh, for loop I didn't close, sorry. Not printing anything.
Hmm. So let me ask you this question: are you doing arithmetics in there?
Hmm.
Uh,
What is the correct way? So let me ask you this one thing. Okay. Whenever you want to do some arithmetics in the test command, right? So you're doing I percent 13. You're doing right.
mm.
So I percent 13 in test command will not run just like that, right? How will it work?
EXPR or single
Hmm.
bracket.
Hmm. Something like that you have to use. So whatever is the output of that command is what you need to test it, right? Against the whether it is zero or not. So $I ampersand 5 should be what do you call it? In your parenthesis. Take a look at the correct syntax.
This one has to come. No, no, this is not required, no.
Hmm. What is she missing? Can you check the man page of your test command? What? So I just posted in the message section. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Understood.
Yeah,
Because its
okay, okay.
output is what you need to equate to zero, right? You're doing some bash arithmetics. That bash arithmetics has to be performed in a proper syntax. If your syntax is wrong, you will not get the correct answer from that. And that you have to see whether it is equal to zero or not. So what is the correct format to use? To check zero, whether the output of that is zero or not.
We shall, it is enough to check if the return statement is true or false, no?
Hmm.
Then this will return 1.
Check if it is doing what you are expecting it to do.
Yeah.
It is printing
It other than
everything.
yeah, other than a reminder 0, it is printing all.
But you want it to be, printing only zeros, right?
Okay. What is happening?
Where did you make mistake? What is the correct syntax? Anyone here? We just want numbers from 1 through 100 which are divisible by 13. In this context, we are doing it 5. Even when you use negation, right? After negation, there should be a space.
After negation?
There should always be a space.
Oh.
Even if you are using double square brackets, right? You need to ensure that there is a space.
Why it is going to the file in the previous time when there is no space?
So, can you tell me what command it is printing? Just use set plus x. Okay? That is how you also can debug, right?
5, sir.
Sorry?
It's printing multiple of 5.
Yeah, but why file? Set plus x was the command, right? To start the debugging operation. Enter. Okay, now you run the previous command.
And with
just
no
enter.
space.
No,
space.
just enter. Okay. Let's
Okay.
just see what output gives. It just gives you the output. Now you do it without space. Set plus x or set minus x?
Set minus x, I think.
Minus x.
Okay. Set minus
now
x.
just scroll up and see what is doing. One by one, it is showing you that echo statement is printed, right? So it becomes 95. For each of the loop, right, it is stating you. It is going into each of the command, and then it is printing at the end of echo 90 whenever it is true. For 87, 88, it is not true, which is why it is not returning. 89, it is not. 90, it is true, which is why it is returning 90. Now, same way, you just go ahead and take a look at the last command, which gave you that issue, right? Yeah, just remove the space there. Yeah. Control C. Now take a look at it, what it is doing.
Control C is also not working. Okay.
Okay, it is returning an error status of 127.
Oh, first it is trying to read this base expansion as a file, ls.
So go back to your command. What command you issued?
This one.
For I in $1 through 100 true if whatever this $I%5, right? It is not actually doing. What it is doing is that there is nothing which is asking you to do the
Here, what's the meaning, sir?
Sorry?
$I percent 5, and if exclamation is giving, what is the meaning, sir?
So if not, so there should be a space in between. If not, true. If this statement is not, okay, $I%5. If it is not true, okay, then what it should do?
Sir, if I is evenly divided by 5, that is a multiple of 5, and the answer will be 0. So that is, if not true means if not 0.
So how true and false is deciphered in bash? 0 is true or false?
0 means false, sir.
And 1 means?
True.
Can you check that?
0 is true and 1 is false.
Right. If
Status
I
code 0 is true, 1 is false. Exit code, sorry.
So how do you check it?
Echo dollar question mark.
So if it is successful, it is 0. If it is failed, it is
1.
1 or any other number, right?
Yeah.
Depending upon what kind of, in this particular case, it was 127.
127. Okay.
Yeah. So if you take a look at its output, right, it is showing that there is a single square bracket, then hyphen x, user lib, command not found, then again square bracket, ends, right? Then it is again going user lib, command not found, people.csv. Okay, and then people.csv, command not found. So there are 3 different versions it is doing. Before it is outputting you this people.csv command not found. Okay, so it is going by default to the file instead of going and printing the $I, because it is unable to understand your syntax here.
Okay.
Okay, and to answer that, okay, so again, okay, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? हाँ, so yeah, you tell me, you can remove that exclamation and run it and see what output you get.
We will get all the numbers except multiples of 5.
Can you explain why?
Return statement is false now. Sorry, true now.
No. So when can you just echo this double brace and double brackets?
1 to 100. Which one to echo?
This you are doing right. $I %5, right? Output of that.
This one?
How is this output getting generated?
That set minus x command.
Sorry?
Set minus x we went through no in the lecture. Set minus x.
Okay, can you show that?
This one. And then running this command.
Okay. So set is trying to print, sorry, it is trying to echo this output in this format.
Line by line, what it did.
It will be helpful for debugging at the code there.
Okay.
What happens to the loop and all that.
This command is discussed in week 7?
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as you can take a look at it, right? So 96% file, right? So when it is true and when it is not false. So will it have a 96% file, right? This particular line. Can you tell me, will it have a reminder or not?
It will have 1.
Right? It will have 1 as a reminder. Right, that is non-zero, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what essentially the braces will do, right? It will evaluate true if the remainder of $I divided by 5 is non-zero, meaning that the number is not divisible by 5. Okay. When she is using not, when she is preparing not operation before this, then it is doing the, will be printing only the numbers which are actually divisible by 5. Right?
Yeah. So those numbers which are divisible by 5 and have remainder 0, for that only numbers are getting printed. And for the rest, it is just trying to run the for loop and printing the numbers, I mean, in this format.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Any questions?
So this can be for any of the like divisible by 12 or any number, right? This will work for loop and this type of output.
This type of output?
I mean, here it's written 5, but it can be for any number, right? It
She
will
can put
5.
13 also, and she will get multiples of 13. Can you do that? Okay. And,
How to set this set command again back to normal?
set plus.
Okay.
Okay. Now you do. Will only output you the multiples of 13 between 1 through 100. Okay. What other? Can you guys tell me what other test condition she can use? Of course, she needs to use $I% 13, but there are other ways of doing this as well.
EXPR,
EXPR. Yeah,
but
you can use EXPR.
braces should be there. I will
Yeah. The
refer
confusion here to a lot of students happened because you use not operation, right? What about what if you use something like this? Let me type this in chat section. Take a look at that. What if you use this instead for
Yeah,
better
I
legibility, right?
This will also work here.
Yeah, but in this context, if I want to read the statement, right, it becomes very clear for me what I'm trying to do, right?
Sorry,
There
sir,
is
can you repeat
another way.
what statement?
What the statement he used, right, prior.
Hmm.
He used not operation and then he was directly comparing.
Not is trying to do the opposite of if statement, right, sir? So it won't print the if.
How not is opposite to if. Another way of doing it was this also. Take a look at the that's it.
Yeah, this is the easiest way. Second one.
Okay. So in either of the construct, you should like it becomes very clear as to what we are trying to do. Okay, and because we are using the double parenthesis, the bash arithmetics is taking place inside the braces, right? And whether it is true or false is being only uh, getting out, and then we are running it. So try using all of these different ways you can do comparison and see if it works properly or not. Okay, it is working, right? Fine. So even the question is very simple, right?
Yeah.
Print the multiples of 5 between
Five.
1 through 100. That various ways the if statement is being used is what you need to learn in Bash. Okay, a lot of other programming languages will have the logic, which will be very important. But in here, this your ability to understand the syntax, right, is important. So just focus on some of the very usual use cases, right? You need to get aware of all of the rules by which the if statements and loops usually. Okay, so yeah, so going back to the question, what was the question? We wanted to take a look at the second field, right, and see if it is a multiple of 5. So now we have looked at it with by using for loop, right? Can you also build it for a while loop?
While
we have to define the variable first.
hmm.
So let's ask you this. Can we create a file using for loop, or you just brace expansion on the go?
We can redirect the output, loop output to a file, no?
Hmm. Yeah, just try doing that that particular. So I'll just share you a small snippet of code. I can create such use cases on the fly if I want to, just by using
You have
simple
shared.
uh, echo statement and the tr command.
You want me to try this in the terminal now?
Any of you can try. I just want you to go back to the question and just take a look at it. But this is another way which I want to show that you can do this, creating different cases for you to test it out. So if you run this, right, it will give you two columns. Just copy paste it. You run it, enter. It will give you two columns, right? First is all alphabet and second one is numeric. You wanted to work on a numeric part of it, right? That is, you wanted to find if the
What
second
is this
column is.
TR?
So tr is a command which will allow you to replace one character with any other character. Okay, so tr command usually, if you take a look at the man page of the tr, right, it will translate. It will allow you to change one set of character with the another set of character. You can also take a look at
We are
different ways.
replacing space with slash n.
Yes, slash n. That is new character,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Because
okay.
brace expansion, what is happening when the brace expansion takes place? A, C, and all of these numbers, right? They are space separated. Right? Each of this line is actually space separated. So it will just create one single huge line. I don't want one single line, right? I want to have numerous line in my output. So what I'm doing is I'm replacing a space with a new line character. Similarly, say you wanted to translate the AC or the alphabet side into capital. So you can just pipe another TR and you just go up, then again pipe TR, then again A to Z small into single quote. Single quote
Within single quote. Okay.
A dash Z, that is your character class, right?
Okay.
To again another capital A to Z. Okay, if you just press enter, it will
A
convert
hy-
all of the small case to capital case. So these things you can do by using TR command. It is very handy in a lot of different cases. Yeah, Manan?
So A hyphen Z, small z will print all the characters from A to Z, right?
Sorry?
A hyphen Z
Hmm.
will print all the characters from A small a to
If
small
there is
z.
a lower case, it will just convert to the uppercase. That is all.
Okay, yeah, convert.
Okay. So if you take a look at the basic syntax of TR command in the man page, right? It is TR, then options set1 and set2. So set1 is the set of characters to be replaced or deleted, and set2 is the set of characters to be replaced with set1, basically. So you can also delete set of things by using TR command. Say you want to delete uh, all the entries which has what? Say A or say D, right? You can just go up and then use TR to again pipe it here. Say you want to delete D. So just single character D you put there in quotes, capital D. Okay, that is it. So it will delete all the presence of D.
Oh,
Enter. Uh,
something it is expecting after that also.
no, we have to set the option to delete. So I think
minus D or something like that.
yes, DD. Just do hyphen D. That
Okay.
option here. Okay, so all the D's are deleted. So you can just use this. This becomes very handy if you want to do a lot of simple data cleaning or something of that sort on the go. The TR command is very useful. So again, going back to the main question, you can remove the last two instances and then use a while loop now. Go up, remove, yeah, keep it till this, okay? So this will print to those two columns, right? Now you need to use while command on this. What multiples of 5, right?
Yeah.
So how will you use while loop now onto this standard input? Anyone? We just saw one case of while loop, right? So pipe and then while. So IFS she needs to change, right?
IFS equal to comma
Then
read
Read this
read
syntax.
hyphen R.
you have to create two variables, right? What variable?
We can name it any variable.
Var1, var2 will also work. Any name you give.
Any name, right?
Then next semicolon do.
Semicolon, yeah. Do.
Others, please, also participate. What then?
If
Let's just echo. Let's see if it echoes only the second column,
okay,
right? So echo dollar $var2.
right.
So this is usually how I usually program. Okay, it becomes easy for me to decode where I am going wrong
Yes.
instead of coding it
Shall I
everything
enter?
all at once. Yeah, just enter. See, as you can see that it's printing only the second column,
Second
right?
column.
So
Sorry.
you can also switch the places, right? If I do dollar $var1 and then dollar $var2 in the output, right? Echo dollar $var1 you do echo after dollar $var2 you put a comma after dollar $var2.
Okay.
I put a comma and then put a dollar $var1.
You can pass the number.
So it's like you're switching the enter.
Swapping.
You're swapping the columns, right?
Yes.
So this way you can also play around, what is visible and what is not. Now you can put a if block instead of doing echo statement. I can put a if block there. If yeah. So what's the condition?
Multiples of 5.
We just looked
Remove
at right how we can do.
equal to 0. Yeah, if you choose
Again, is this correct syntax? Okay, let's just finish first your code, then take a look at your code.
no.
Then echo
$var1.
$var2 we have to echo.
No, 1 and 2 both. Name as well as the age. So in this case,
Okay.
no, remove comma.
It's just an echo only, no? If then 5.
Before FI, you should put a semicolon or not. There.
Okay. Single line. This is the first time I'm doing.
Yes, yes. Now, this is also why Bash is very powerful. You don't have to go and write script every time. You can just put everything in single line,
Okay.
which is what I wanted to emphasize here. Every time when people go and put it into script, right? Sometimes you don't need to. See now?
Something wrong with the syntax.
Definitely, it will come. Okay. That is my expectation. If it doesn't, if it works smoothly, right? There must be something wrong I'm doing. So,
Okay. 15, 25, 35, 45.
It's,
coming, right? Now, let me ask you another one. Now, add another if condition and see that it should always end up with D, the first
D.
columns. So, in if, right, you have one condition, you have to add one more condition to that if. So, another box
Here.
you need to add. No, no, no. Even before that,
Okay.
where you are saying that it should be divisible by 5 and the first column's entry should end with D, character D.
First columns. Okay. That one must be matching with.
So D, right? You said ending with D.
Is it correct? Anything can be before that.
Dot star. Dot star.
Shall I enter? Shall
Yeah.
I enter? Yeah. Nothing is.
It's not coming.
Mm.
So I think error in that pattern.
Anyone
After where one,
else where she is making mistake?
with equal to and equal to. Not that sign.
So
Equal to
condition
equal.
is the last character should be D.
But for such string comparison, we use double equal to, na?
String
But
comparison
here
is
we are regular expression. We are checking for the match. No.
no. Take a look at it when you have double square brackets. Right? Can you use this equating, or it should be this one? What does dot star and D and then
Any
dollar and that
character
too
before
in
D
the
is okay.
quotes? Why did you put quotes there? So with this exercise, I just wanted to emphasize that you also need to understand how to do it even for the characters, okay, not just for the number.
So the chat I have written, is that correct?
It is not working without quotes also.
Well, in the chat I have written, is it correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it starts with anything dot star D. You don't have to worry about anything.
We
It can
don't
be
have
simply just star and D. Right,
star
like
and
what,
D.
yeah, like Utkarsh has said here, right?
This one. So we don't need quotes.
Your dot star D dollar should also work. Okay.
I think dot star D will also work, sir.
Should also work ideally because the regular expression is not one. That's correct.
I didn't get you, sir.
Take a look at it.
With the dot.
This equal to you're using, right? Use the equal to and your this tilde which you used previously.
The tilde is for matching the pattern and equal to is for checking
Exact match.
exact match.
Now
Yes.
you use your
Hmm.
dollar dot star dollar. Now you're matching the regular expression.
Dot
Star
star.
D and then dollar right at the end to state that it is should be at the end of the line, end of the character. Okay.
Oh, the quotation is the problem.
The
No,
quote
no.
was not required at all because quote will emphasize that this is exactly what it should match. Say, for example, you create an entry where this is an exactly present as the first case, right? It will match it to that. Exactly.
Okay.
So now going back to the question, can you do the question now? Show me. Try doing it here itself. Write a script now for that question. So compared to this question, that question is easy, right? Which I posted in the BPT.
Yes. Name age.
Yeah, name age.
Yeah, that is easy.
The last one or second last also. Second last I tried with the deleting. Okay, that BPT 3 problem. Problem 3. So here we have to go for the solution for this. The actual problem.
Show me your solution. Did you do solution for this problem?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
Shall I cat it?
Okay, see, this is no. Don't need to cat it. This is also fine. Can you guys tell me what she is doing here?
I'm getting the input from the file at the end
but
of
the way you're taking the input is different than what we have been doing so far, right? We were piping it. So this is called command substitution. Can you highlight that part after the done? If you see the last part, right? Till this is called command substitution, right? Which is redirecting the output of tail -n plus 2 people .csv to this while loop. There is another way you can input it to the file.
We use only one angle bracket, but here it's written 2, right?
Yeah. So the first part, right? The first angle bracket is for the command substitution syntax.
Yeah.
So the command substitution is angle bracket and then parenthesis. Okay. Second, this angle bracket, right, is for the input. That the output of this particular command should be an input to the while loop. Okay.
But here
that is why you have a space there. Okay. If you remove the space, it will not work.
Pardon. I did not get this.
In the done, right, if you remove the space which is present between this angled brackets, right?
Okay.
The while loop will not work. Because the single angle bracket, the first angle bracket is for the input to the while loop. While the second angle bracket after the space,
Second from right.
Yeah, from right.
Yeah, like you see that angle bracket and parenthesis, right? Yeah, that one.
This one is second, no?
Yeah.
This one with the parenthesis is a syntax for the command substitution. Okay, command substitution. No.
Command
So
substitution.
whatever is inside this parenthesis will get executed first, and its output is then sent. So this whole thing is part of command substitution. But where it has to be inputted is what the second angle bracket is telling to the while loop.
Got it.
Okay. So instead of piping it from the top, is providing it from the end, okay, after the done. There is another way you can use.
Anywhere we can do this, no?
Try doing it in for loop. Just let's go back. Anyone else want to share their screen and try doing this? I want everyone to have a hands-on to this. Let's do a for loop.
Shall I?
Yeah.
Also,
I really want people to raise their hand and share their screen. But if they don't, then let's just continue. We have limited time. Can you do that?
The same
Say
thing
for
is.
for loop, right?
Ah,
Not for loop. Say for while loop. We have this while loop, right? While IFS and all of these things. Right? Go to the previous command. Remove this whole echo A to Z and TR in the beginning, whichever you have, right? Press home key. We'll go directly to the start.
home.
So remove all of that and put it as an command substitution at the end after the done.
Remove till.
While loop
Okay.
till that pipe, right?
Okay.
Now go press end key on your keyboard. Now you give that as a command substitution. Then in parentheses you copy paste all of this from echo to tr, everything from the control shift C. Okay. Close the parentheses. Enter. As you can see that we can give it from the beginning as a pipe, or else you can give it through command substitution. Okay, the syntax of commands, the angle bracket, the parentheses, and so when you start looking at others bash script, right, they will use various ways by which they will provide the info. You should be aware of different ways people usually. Okay, so that takes care of that question again. So what was the third question? Anyone? Deep, Tanya, Hemant, Shrikant, whoever wants to share their screen and discuss the next question in BPT. Great. I guess no one. You guys need to like I can show you my screen and I can do all of these things, but that at the end of the day I am just enabling at least one of you to try it live in the session.
Which question we want? Third question.
Third question. So what is the third question?
Just a minute.
I'm stop sharing it.
Yeah.
Three.
You're sharing screen, Shrikant?
Yeah, sharing. Yeah. First, let me see the question first. Write a script that reads a number from the user and calculates the sum of the digits.
The same problem last week, sir did, sir, on Saturday.
Can you explain this?
Yeah, read number means it is reading the input from the user,
Assigning that to variable
and
called number.
yeah,
Hmm?
the number read is assigned to the number variable.
Hmm.
Right.
And you're defining a sum variable with 0.
A sum variable with a 0 value. Now for loop I am using here, starting from I is equal to 0 till I is less than the number.
So what does this hash number means?
Hash number means
length of that number. Number variable.
Number variables, number of the variables. This is the number. This shows the
string.
Number of the variables fed through the input.
Or number of digits present in the number.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, number of digits, right?
Present in the number.
Number of digits in
What
the.
if it is not a number and it's a character? What will it do?
So value of the variable, sir. Value of the
variable. Yeah, can you create a number called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just print this dollar hash number for us to see? Shrikant?
Yeah, so what to do for that?
Hello? Am
Yeah.
I audible?
Yeah, audible.
So just define a variable called say number and assign a value called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to it.
Number is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, no?
Yeah. That's how we define variable, right?
Yeah.
Semicolon.
And you need to press enter, right? Now can you echo dollar number just to see whether number has been set?
Hash number.
Okay. Now it shows that that number has been. Now what does dollar hash number do? Now do echo dollar hash number.
Echo dollar. In this
curly brace. Length of the digit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number of
Correct.
digits in the number.
Giving number of digits. Correct.
So how many there are?
5.
It's 5.
Right?
Because
so
the for loop will go, the middle term is for that number only, correct? And we auto increment that one, and after that we are defining a digit and taking the digit by slashing.
So basically the length of a string or is what essentially your dollar hash is doing, right?
Yeah.
So what is the next thing you are doing in your script?
Next in the next line we are defining a digit, that is a variable, and that digit is picking out the digit, the first digit we are taking starting from the I. I is the first is the 0th position, positional variable 0. So I0 as $I defines 0, means on the 0th position start, and only one digit we will take.
Let's do that operation. Okay, so just do echo dollar and do that operation on your variable.
Echo, correct. Echo dollar
number.
Not dollar I. You said 0, right?
Yeah,
initially
here
the value is 0.
Yeah, you have to write a 0 and 1.
Then
this will give 1.
Okay.
First.
What about when 0 is replaced by 2?
Correct.
0 is replaced by 1.
1. Then we will get 2. Correct.
What about 2?
3.
4.
3, 4. 4, 5.
5.
Yeah, 4, 5. No, it's over.
We cannot take 5 left, but let us check it.
And nothing.
Right,
It is nothing. Correct.
So let me ask you. So the colon 0 states the position, and then colon 1 states what?
Number
of characters.
Number of
there.
characters. Number of
So
characters
what
from
if
that.
in the number colon 0 colon 2 you do? What? Tell me what you should expect and
1, 2.
1, 2. Can you just do that? So this is I think in week 3 we covered, right? Week
Yeah,
4.
we covered it.
Okay, this gives you 12.
Yeah, it is
So
clear.
instead of me asking you a question, add all the digit, I would have asked you, what if you take 2 digits, right? Consecutive 2 digits, one after another, and then add them together and print it sum. In this scenario, your code will only change with 2. Right? I can do all of these variations and confuse you a bit. The point is that you need to understand the syntax which you are using correctly.
Yeah, of course, because we do it after taking help of somewhere or elsewhere, but we forget.
Yeah. Practicing, without practicing, you will not understand, or you will not remember these things.
Of course.
That is what the point I wanted to drive here. Okay, so
let us vary it. Let us take 2 variable at a time. 2 at a time, right? Okay. I want to 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 5. Okay, this is my target. Okay, I want to do this. So let us do this by. So we have to change the code, the script code.
You will need to change it. But let's say you are summing it only for 2. Okay, maybe first 1, 2, and then 2, 3. What will be your bash arithmetics here? How will you add them together?
Bash arithmetic, then number. Let us do this one. That number colon 0 colon 2. Yes.
And then you want to add with 1 comma 2. Okay.
Yeah. Dollar. This. Colon 1 2 0 1 2 2 colon 2. Am I right now?
So is the bash arithmetic syntax correct?
No.
Anyone would like to correct them?
It is not
Within
correct.
the double rounded brackets.
Bracket is required. Is it so, no?
Yeah.
One thing, a space is required or not after double bracket.
Check it. Let's first run this, then you can check it just using simple. Just 3 plus 4 you can do and check whether this will or not.
Nothing came. No echo, we have to write. Echo.
What is it doing wrong?
Inverted comma is wrong.
What should be there instead of inverted comma?
I think this one is okay.
That's for test condition, right?
Yeah,
Are you testing anything?
Brackets. for arithmetic.
Not correct.
What is he missing in this syntax? Anyone?
Dollar.
Yes, you're missing dollar at the start of
Dollar.
that double parenthesis.
All the time you miss it. This is the problem. Dollar. And then curly bracket.
No, why curly bracket? For what purpose?
Okay.
For bash
Without
arithmetics,
the
dollar double parenthesis
Mhm.
is your way to go. So
Correct.
is this correct? 1, 2 plus
Now
3,
it is
4.
correct. No, it is correct. Now,
Sir, I have a
Hmm.
question. Sometimes we are using dollar before this rounded bracket, and sometimes we are not using. When is the case we have to use that?
yes,
So
question.
in which cases have you used
For
parenthesis?
incrementing and all, we are not using, no?
Hmm.
So why we have to use here? Because inside we are using it anyhow for the variables, no?
Hmm. Okay, so the double parenthesis, right, is usually will give you the exit status, whether it is true or false, like a conditional statement what you have used in previously, right, where you are just simply putting double parenthesis and putting some number, and then so what it will return is only the whether it is true or false, whether the status code exit status code is 0 or not 0. Okay, but if you want it to return the number itself, right, it want you to do the addition and return the number, you have to use dollar. So in case where you are incrementing the variable, right, you are not interested in printing that variable,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
if you do num plus plus, right, echo and then in double parenthesis num plus plus, see if it prints. And when you do dollar, then into parenthesis num plus plus, see if it increments or not. So say for example, can you you have already created that variable, right? Number. Can you increment it, Shrikant? Just go to a new line. There's so much in there. Just do echo, remove the dollar, and do number plus plus inside. Just do number plus plus. You're incrementing it, right? Simply increment.
So delete all this.
Yeah, you need to delete everything. That's why I said, you need to start. Just do number plus plus. Enter. Okay. Now remove that echo statement. Enter. Now you echo dollar number. Okay. Now it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? But we are not asking it to echo. Right? Whenever you want to echo the number, which is whatever you are calculating inside the parenthesis, right? At that point of time, you need to use dollar. Otherwise, you just have to use double parenthesis. Is
Okay,
it
sir.
clear?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, so double parenthesis is when you want to test a condition, or you just want it to simply add or increment number. In this scenario, double parenthesis will work. But if you put dollar in front of it, it will give you an output to bash. Okay, so same thing you can also do. The echo you have, right, that number plus plus above. Just go up, 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 again up. Here you put a dollar there before the parenthesis. Enter. It is incremented by 1. Okay.
It is not.
No, it is not. So can you just do echo again? Echo dollar number. Enter. Just press enter. So the new value is stored inside number, but the old value is being printed by echo statement. Okay. So whenever you want to use it explicitly for printing the arithmetics, you can use dollar. If you are just incrementing or if you are using it for conditional, just use the double parenthesis. Okay. So what was the original question we started with?
Sum of digits.
Yes, sum of digits. So Shrikant, can you complete the loop now? Can you showcase your script? Okay. So your script is script.sh, right? To your script.sh. Okay, can you run your script.sh? Now put a number. Same again, you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. Right? It is just simply giving an output of that. You can also do the command substitution, right? Which we just learned. How will you do that? To the your script.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. What did you ask?
So I wanted to ask you, can you give input to your script? Different ways you can give input to your script. I want you to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number in different ways.
1, 2, 3.
One of the ways we just show, another I showed, right?
This
Is by
this
using the command substitution.
this way,
Yeah.
no?
So what is this way? Okay, you do this way and let's see what output you get. You get any output?
No.
Why so?
Hmm.
Why so?
Because command line is not taking the argument from read number. We are assigning.
Reading from the standard input will be like this, read number.
What correction does he has to make to the script for his execution to work?
$1 he has to use.
Yes. So how he has to use the $1? Can you exit out of this, Shrikant, just a minute, and try the Utkarsh's solution? You can look at the
$1.
messages. No. Look at the messages sent by Utkarsh. Utkarsh, can you say what he has to do? In the messages, he has put it there. Okay. So this is just, we have seen this, right? But do you think this is correct? Just try and execute it.
Okay.
See what you get.
Correct, no? Same thing was there. Command not found. I think bracket.
Why this happened? Can anyone tell me?
He has to echo that.
Correct.
Echo 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Echo space.
Yeah.
You are putting double quote. You need to put space there. No double quotes.
Double quote.
No double quotes. Remove double quotes. Put a space after echo.
Echo space the number.
Space. There is no space between echo and number.
Correct.
Yeah. Enter.
Let me see. One or two space can be there. Only one space is
Just
required.
enter.
One space.
Right.
Okay. Why? Like, what is like? Can you decode this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 command not found?
Sir, in the it's taking. Sir, I think it's taking the parenthesis as the subshell where it's trying to.
It is subshell. Okay. So can you type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and press enter? See what error you get.
In parentheses.
Just type 1, 2, 3, 4. No parenthesis, nothing. Just type 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. Right?
Yeah.
This is
So
not
this
a
is what exactly is being executed inside this parenthesis, which is why you are getting
okay.
this error 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 command not found.
This is a subcell.
This is in subshell. It will get executed and its output is redirected to script.sh. Okay.
Right.
So can any other way he can do? He can get input. Yeah, Utkarsh, is that clear? Why echo? Okay, good. Any other way he can give this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number to his script? Anyone?
Arguments.
What's that?
Any other way? No, without changing his script, I want him to get this correct output of 15. What is the other way he can give input to his script.sh apart from him pressing enter and putting the number? So for example, I have a list of numbers I want him to the script to work on one by one, right? I cannot keep on putting these numbers one by one manually, right? So one way is that we have seen that maybe I can just do cat that file name and it will go one by one and do all those operations. What is the other way you can give input to this script? We are touching upon the concept of standard input, which we have learned in week 3, I think.
You can read, no?
What? How? We just saw some cases, right? When we were no, Utkarsh, the echo is not understanding that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a number. Okay, everything it does, it treats it as a string, which is why when you do echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 5, it will not add those numbers. Which is why we have to use various methods to do bash arithmetic. Okay, anything and everything which is in the bash is a string. If you want it to be treated otherwise, you have to explicitly use construct developed for that. Okay, Shrikant, going back to the basics. Okay, yeah. So piping is also a form of giving standard input, right? So I can do the same command echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then pipe it to his script. So can you do echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pipe.
And pipe it
to
/script.sh.
like this.
Okay. So these are different ways we are giving it as a standard input to your script.
Either from the left or from the right. This is from the left.
Okay. Understood. So this is what I wanted to highlight. If you echo A, B, C, D, E, will your script accept it and will it do the manipulation? Take a look at it. Okay, it will give you 0, right? Because it is not, it is unable to add all of these, right?
But it is not also giving error. It should give it. This is not a number. A, B, C, D, E is not a digit, right?
It is not a digit. That is why you are getting 0. There is nothing to be added. Shrikant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Utkarsh, I'm not able to understand when you say so 1 and 2 are strings and how there's some
So can we give negative
three.
numbers here?
Huh?
In echo, negative
Yeah,
number.
try doing that.
Yeah, just a minute.
Echo minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will that work? Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because minus will also treated as a character, as a string. So I think it will not work. But if you want to do that, how to do? It will also give you error taken as 0. It is not a string.
It's a string, right? You cannot add them.
You cannot add.
Okay. So if you want to explicitly, yeah, Utkarsh.
Then we have to make a shell.
So just to summarize this, can you guys tell me different ways we have learned in week 7 how to do bash arithmetics? How can you add numbers in bash apart from double parentheses?
EXPR.
Can you show me instance of that? I'm okay if you go through notes, go through Google, everything is fine with me because we are learning here.
Whenever is equal to 34, where 2 is equal to 30, and sum is equal to dollar. EXPR dollar R1 2.
And not curly braces, Shrikant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Everything. Cool.
Yeah, anyone who would like to correct him? How is the EXPR used?
Double parenthesis.
Parenthesis.
Double parenthesis.
No, sorry, you have to give space between var1 and $var2, I think, and plus.
The space is important, right, in this context. So there should be a space after var1 and a space. Yeah. Right. So remove the last phrase.
Space.
What else is he missing?
Now it is okay.
Okay.
Is it fine now?
So this is one way of doing EXPR. Space is important. What is the other way of using a EXPR command?
Within double quotes.
How?
EXPR double quotes $var1 plus $var2.
This way. Are you telling this one?
Without rounded brackets.
Is it?
No dollar before EXPR. I think so.
Is it? I think it will not work.
Okay.
Let me see.
One other way is using backticks, no?
Back,
Yes.
backticks can work.
So either you use dollar parenthesis or you use backticks when you want
No,
to
but but sum is not coming.
backticks. You're not using backticks. You're using double quotes for var1 and var2. That double quotes you have to remove.
Okay, backtick for the var one.
No, no. For entire expr command, right, will be in
Okay,
backtick.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
because backticks are essentially treated like subshells. Okay.
Okay, okay. In place of parentheses, we can use
In
the
place of parentheses, we are using backticks. That is all there is to it.
okay, okay. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Parentheses, yeah. Backtick is equivalent to this parenthesis.
Got it.
Parenthesis is a cell, backtick is also a cell, right?
Yes. So Utkarsh, like whenever you want to add numbers of any kind, right? Either you have to use all of these construct or you have to use there is inbuilt uh, programs like BC, right? Bench calculator. So how do you use with bench calculator? Can you tell me?
Basic calculate, basic. I forget that.
BC minus L.
BC.
Without opening BC. No, these are the things you need to practice. Simple bash arithmetics you need to know if you're into data stream or even if you're into ES stream, right? These are very basic operations you will be doing over and over again. You should familiarize yourself with how to work with them.
Practice required. Just like you are doing here, no? We have to do ourselves.
Yeah. So how do you use BC? So what you need to do? Say echo what are your 34 plus 30 to pipe it to BC. Just like this. Enter. It will add them up. You can also do echo dollar $var1 plus dollar $var2 to BC. Even that should work.
The space is required, no?
Not required.
Not required.
Space there, not there. Either case it will work. The only issue is that if you are using just dollar $var1 and dollar $var2, right? Not giving them curly braces, it will not work.
It is
It works.
working.
But in many of the cases, it will not work because
What does it is doing? There's a var1,
your
var2 means
curly braces, right, has to be there. Okay, it's a good practice that you should always put curly braces after
curly
dollar
brace.
for your var1. Dollar curly brace var1, dollar curly brace var2, like that. Okay, because if there are any special characters, right, it will not be able to distinguish between the variable name.
You are telling this way, no?
That way.
Always we should use
You
like
should
this
always use this method.
for variables. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And here var1 and var2 as a string it is read, right? And then pipe to the BC, right? Okay. And the BC is calculating, not echo.
BC is taking it as a number. Can you echo ABCD to BC? See if it works.
Yeah. Just a minute. I'm just doing that. Echo.
Who is putting all of this information here?
AB.
Utkarsh. Yeah, you can also use let.
What?
No,
Sir,
Utkarsh has put a long message over there. Yeah, Utkarsh.
sir, what I wanted to ask is, you just mentioned that the standard input is taken as a string, even if we pass all numbers, all digits. So, sir, what I wanted to know that if suppose we have passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each individual character is a part of a string, but when we add them up, when we add each character by slicing operations, when we slice and add them up, then they are adding up like regular numbers without
Yeah,
conversion
but
into
you're using
numeric
all of
types.
these constructs to add, right? We are not defining them as integers. By default, they are characters. Okay, but when you are using this parenthesis or expr or let command, right, or bc, right, what it is doing, that it is treating it as a number. If it is not a number, if you pass a string, right, literally an alphabetic string to it, it will not process anything, it will give you zero as an output. That is what I meant when I say that everything in bash is a string. But if you want it to be treated otherwise, you have to use this construct. For example, double parenthesis is a construct, or expr is a construct, or bc is a construct. In awk, it is little different. Okay, in awk, uh, it's more like a spreadsheet software for bash. Okay, so it treats it does have a construct of integer and all that. So you can have some kind of data structures in awk, but not in exactly in bash.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today,
So that's question number 3, right? What about 4? What was the fourth problem?
problem I missed. Shit.
So as you can see that, all of the questions which we had, right, very elementary in nature, and was, testing on very basic concepts. We believe that by the end of your week 7, you should be able to understand clearly in procedure before we switch gears to set and off, right? So those are little different, which is why we have a break week in between for you to think of them differently. Okay, write a script that takes one argument or directory path. The script should use the find command to search for all empty files in the specified directory, its subdirectories, and then delete these files. The script should print the name of the deleted files. Okay, so this is essentially we are asking you to learn a little bit about find command and its syntax and how to use it. And we are giving you this path, right? And this path is usually created dynamically for each of the. So, what is your solution for this?
Solution. Path.
Okay, can you tell me what it is doing now?
Yeah, that argument $1. It is argument 1. I
So,
am
it is an
assigning.
argument to your script, right? Your script
Yeah,
is executed on certain path, right? So that
yeah.
path becomes your $1. $1 is what?
Argument, first
Argument,
argument.
right? First argument.
And we are assigning to the variable directory path. Find
Then
directory path. We are finding this directory path. And
what does type do?
the type of the file.
So what kind of options you have under type?
We have this file directory. Um,
Directory
um,
and
Take a look at
file.
man page, na? Man page of find and see
File.
what different type or empty, print, and this because you are using all of these flags, right?
Yeah. Some link will be also the L also be there, D also be there. Directory and links. Symbolic links will be there. Other files are also there. I don't remember.
Just use man
regular man.
Find.
So is it asking to look for the empty files, print them, and then delete them?
Delete them, and then whatever you have deleted, right? Just print that. So you can do either way. You just have to ensure that you need to delete that. Okay, this is a man page. What about info page?
Everything is not here, perhaps.
Apart from man, the other command which is important is info. So use info command on that. This gives you, hyperlinks also to go to individual part. Scroll down and see.
Where hyperlink?
Scroll down, you'll see. See, those are hyperlinks at the end. If you go right, scroll down. At the end of this page, there are hyperlinks to other sections. Scroll down. Keep scrolling down.
This one.
No. Just keep pressing tab till you reach the end of the line.
This one.
So it will give you, if you want to file system, warning message, optimization option, debug options, find expressions, all of that it will give you.
Where it is? How to open this hyperlink?
Just do Q. Press Q. Press Q. Exit out of it. Go info find. Enter. Scroll down. You see those at the bottom, right? Those 5 links. Those are your hyperlinks. You have to use.
How it will open?
You have to use the arrow. I mean, you have to take your cursor there and press it. And put in.
This one.
Also, when you do info, right? First time, it will also tell you, how to get help in info command. So you can learn those also. L, Q, H, there are different ways you can do.
So what it is giving information? Find expression. The final part of the find command line is a list of expressions, not primary index.
Just press Q. Can you press Q?
It is coming out.
I'm just teaching you regarding a little bit about how to use info. Okay, go again into the info find.
Okay.
Enter. Press H.
Yeah.
You see at the last line, right? Welcome to info version 6.8. Type H, capital H for help, and H for tutorial. Okay, so either you can type capital H or you can do H for tutorial as to how to use info command properly if you want to.
Which we should capital H or a small h?
Use small h, right? Because you want to have a tutorial as to how to go.
Okay. Standalone info, invoking info cursor. Correct.
Okay.
So what kind of commands we were using? Find type. Right. Where it will, how to find that we want to search find type F. Where we should type, where we should click.
Capital H. Just go shift capital H. It will take you to the help context. Otherwise, you just go by scroll. You see your cursor is that menu. If you scroll down, just whichever it is, you just press the space bar. It will take you to that link. Okay. For example, searching commands, node commands, whatever it is. It will give you a whole host of options you can work with. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Will give you all of
I was not doing things. I will do this. It is very much required because I was not.
So not all of the commands will have full info pages, but whenever it is available, right?
But
using info command instead of find man.
One more question. This I want. This suppose find dash capital H. This one. Capital L, capital P. What this is also an option, or another
These are
thing?
different options, right? Capital H is an option, L is an option, P is an option, D is an option,
Okay, okay.
O
This
level
is
is an option, file is an option,
okay.
and then expressions are a part of your find command as well, right? And it just tells you the command line may begin with either of the flags.
Okay,
These
got
are
it.
followed by a list of files or directory that should be searched. If
Got it.
no file to search are specified, the current directory dot is used, right?
Yeah, I was not knowing this because how to scroll and how to do everything is there, right? Correct.
All of this information is there for you to
Got
work.
it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
So work a little bit with find command. It is extremely helpful. And once you learn the find command, right, I would like you guys to learn FZF, fuzzy file
Which,
finder.
what?
FZF. That is, extracurricular.
What?
When you get time. It's called FZF.
FZF.
File finder.
What
F
is this?
Z Z for ZZ.
Zebra.
Yeah, G. Okay.
Okay.
What
F
is this?
G.
Those are some of the very useful tools you will find in Bash. If you learn basic concepts in here and use some of these tools, right, your life on terminal will become very.
This is no, FGF is a command.
FZF is the command.
Man, FCF. Are you
See if it
talking
is
about this?
installed on here. See if you have FZF installed.
App
Which?
install. We have to do app install.
So that is you have to do it on your own machine. Okay. You
Okay.
will not have it in here.
Got it. Good. Thank you.
But it is it's very, very good. Fun to work with. A little advanced version of your find. Okay, I think that is it for today. Anything else you guys want to ask question?
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah. We just discussed.
Yeah.
Because I will not be taking any of the submissions from the BPD.
So
When
are
the-
these recorded sessions?
Sorry?
Are these sessions recorded?
Yes. These are recorded and streamed on YouTube. Yeah, Manan?
Hello.
Yeah.
So, sir, I had one doubt. Actually, I'm using this VM portal, course VM. So even I also have installed this virtual box for my practice, but due to that, I'm unable to use WSL. So that issue I'm